Och ye dafties, welcome to the Misadventures of wee Kevin, where idiocy knows nae bounds. Follow Kevin and his eejit pal Slàinte as they stumble into one cock-up after another. Prepare yourself for crude humour, foul language and a whole lot of laughs. Slàinte ye bawbags, and enjoy the madness. Och, here we go, another tale about that blethering eejit Kevin, but this time it's about his daft pal Slàinte. Slàinte, a ballhead if ever there was one, thought himself a right clever clogs. But truth be told, he was as thick as mince. Aina day, Slàinte decided he'd try his hand at brewing his own whisky. How hard can it be? He thought, with his head up his arse. So he gathered a pile of barley, some water, and old Mrs. McGregor's secret recipe he nicked frae her cupboard. He set up a still in his shed, thinking he'd be the toast of the village by nightfall. As he started distilling, the shed filled with steam and the smell of burning barley. Slàinte, oblivious to the disaster brewing round him, took a swig of his first batch. It tasted like pure shite, but he kept at it, determined to get it right. Meanwhile, Kevin, the Muppet, wandered by and smelled the disaster. He poked his head into the shed and burst out laughing. "Slàinte, you daft bawbag, you've managed to make the shittiest whisky in our Scotland." Slàinte, feeling a wee bit miffed, shouted back, "Ah, bugger off, Kevin, you wouldn't have kenned good whisky if it bit you on the arse." But before they could start their usual slinging of insults, the still started to hiss and bubble. "What the hell is that?" Kevin asked, his eyes widening in panic. "Shite, it's gonna blow," Slàinte cried, realising his cock up too late. They barely made it out the shed before the still exploded, sending bits of burnt barley and shite whisky flying everywhere. The shed was a smouldering ruin, and Slàinte was covered in soot and reeking of burnt piss. The villagers gathered round, laughing their arses off at the sight. "Slàinte, you daft bastard," they shouted, "what kind of eejit tries to blow up his ain shed?" Slàinte, humiliated but nae quite broken, vowed to stick to buying his whisky frae the pub. And so the tale of Slàinte's shite brewing escapade was told in every tavern and alehouse frae Glenfinnan to Inverness. And if you ever hear someone talking big about brewing their own whisky, just tell them about Slàinte, the thick-hided numpty who blew up his shed and stank of shite for a fortnight.